Their desperation to remain seen as attached to the RF is quite something, eh? They can't make a buck without employing titles, they can't make any of their productions that required them to be seen as part of the RF, and all they have left is Harry's memoirs edited by his wife. Now they are returning to the UK, no doubt for the photo ops with the charities they've abandoned since they fled as though they'd never run away in the first instance. What a pathetic pair. The biggest winner of their departure is Sussexes, who will remain parasitically attached to them till they are broke. Will Harry ever realize he's just an aid to make dollars for the corporate mobs? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced on Monday they are to return to Europe in early September to visit organisations close to their heart. Meghan and Harry will take part in 3 events between September 5th and 8th, their office stated. This trip will likely see the Sussexes very busy throughout their stay, as they are to travel between England and Germany in the space of 4 days. Oh, I see, not worried about security then. Talk about hypocrites. These are the worst 2 I have ever seen. We all know that the kids are a bargaining tool for Meghan, and boy is she using them. Shame on her, to do this to an old lady. Why don't the royal family just cut them loose titles as well? No one can believe a word they say. It's all made up, or inflated out of proportion, like the lie about the boy. We all wondered about his color. It was not meant nasty, she turned it nasty, to dig at the RF. Their spokespeople did not mention whether they would be accompanied by Lily and Archie this time. However, ITV royal producer Lizzie Robinson said it is unlikely the tots will travel across the Atlantic next month. Appearing on the broadcaster, she said, "I do understand they are not bringing the children with them on this occasion." Does Tom Bower have information on the children, that he is keeping in reserve? What he wrote in his book about Archie's birth was autumnho. At a later point, he called Lilibet Harry's daughter, not that she was M's daughter. Maybe I am reading too much into it? Fans of the couple appeared unsurprised by this comment. Retweeting this clip, freelance writer R.S. Locke wrote, "In what has become standard practice for Harry and Meghan on these business trips, whether to NYC or the UK, their children will not travel with them." And Twitter user @the_Giardini wrote, "I never took my children to work either." Lily and Archie travelled to the UK with their parents in June to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee, during which Meghan and Harry are not known to have met with any charities or organisations close to their hearts. Hopefully, the pair of traitors will feel the real force of the hatred from the public when they swan around the country on their visit. I hope people boycott the charity events or at least turn up to protest and boo. Because they obviously didn't get it when they visited for the Jubilee festivities. So to spell it out in easy English that they can read, we do not want you or your FAKE kids. And leave our royal family alone. This trip also provided the chance for the Queen and Prince Charles to hold their first in-person meeting with Meghan and Harry's daughter, who, born in June 2021, had never crossed the Atlantic before. Prior to the Sussexes' trip as a family in June, Meghan and Harry had already travelled to Europe without their 2 children in April. Unbeknownst to the public, they stopped at Windsor on their way to The Hague for the Invictus Games to meet the monarch privately. This private meeting marked Meghan's first meeting in person with Her Majesty since the Duke and Duchess of Sussex exit from the firm in the spring of 2020. Prince Harry had travelled to the UK on 2 other occasions last year, first in April for the funeral of Prince Philip and then, in July, to unveil the statue of Princess Diana at Kensington Palace. As these events took place just weeks before and after the birth of Lily respectively, the Duchess did not join her husband on these trips. Before his trip across the pond in June, Archie was last in the UK in mid-November 2019, having lived the first 6 months of his life at Frogmore Cottage. In the late autumn of 2019, he left England with his parents for an announced 6-week break from royal duties they spent in Canada. Ms. Robinson went on to speak about other issues royal fans may be curious about in the run-up to the trip. She said, "Lots of people will ask, will they see other members of the family? The Cambridges are likely to have moved into their new house on the Windsor estate by that point, and Harry and Meghan usually stay at Frogmore Cottage, which is also Windsor, so they will be very close to each other indeed." Ms. Robinson referred to widely reported rumors the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are relocating to Adelaide Cottage with their family later this summer. Kate and Prince William are believed to have chosen to only use Kensington Palace as their working office and to move into a quieter and greener area to bring up their 3 children. If their move to Adelaide Cottage, a 4-bedroom home very close to Windsor Castle, is confirmed, the Cambridges will experience a number of changes in their lives. Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis have all been tipped to attend from September Lambrook School, distancing a 15-minute drive from the cottage. As this house only has rooms for the 3 children and the Duke and Duchess, the relocation to the cottage would also see the Cambridges live for the first time since 2014 under a different roof than George, Charlotte and Louis' trusted nanny Maria Teresa Barallo. However, chances of a meeting between the Cambridges and the Sussexes have been played down by a source. Speaking to the Daily Telegraph, they said the week during which Meghan and Harry are coming back to England will be busy, with lots of moving parts. Indeed, Meghan and Harry will have a packed schedule to tackle, as on September 5 they will be in Manchester to attend the One Young World Summit. There, the Duchess, who has been associated with the organisation since 2014, will deliver a speech before meeting with Harry delegates working on gender equality. On September 6, the Sussexes will travel to Düsseldorf in Germany to mark the beginning of the 12-month countdown until the next Invictus Games. And 2 days later they will be once again in the UK, this time in London, for the Well Child Awards, a celebration of outstanding children and young people living with severe illnesses. Harry has been the patron of this organisation since 2007 and has remained in touch with it even after standing down as a working royal in 2020. Harry's January statement read, "The goal for Prince Harry has been simple, to ensure the safety of himself and his family while in the UK so his children can know his home country. They have no interest in the children knowing their birth country or their family. The goal is to get what they want, and if it means using their children as pawns, then so be it. A new low. I very much hope that persons attending these events will make this money-grubbing pair aware of their distaste for people using charities to raise their profile and make money. Harry and Meghan do not have any charities close to their heart. The only thing close to their heart is their wallet. I hope the British press will refuse to promote them. Charity organizations that pay for top-class travel and massive expenses for these two or their ilk don't deserve to be supported. They didn't bother to turn up for an award in NY because the charity is small and couldn't pay their high-class demands, so they sent a lucky, he probably got a B. And B, that's how dedicated they're not.